every Friday on our website. Red feather deep, here's the receiver who breaks a tackle. It's Bovine. Brantley trying to catch him. He won't. And Oklahoma City on the first play of their next drive busts it loose and they regain the lead. Are you kidding me? Tiberius Bovine once again making the big play. Unbelievable. One wide receiver either side for Mike, and Daza will flip it out to Sim, and Sim makes the play! 10-5 touchdown! The doctor is in! The Crabs have a lead! Oh, mama! There goes that man!
To the right, single receiver to the left. Dunhill to throw, has time, goes deep down the left-hand side. That was complete behind the defense. They can't catch him. 10-5 touchdown. Atlanta. Boo Chisholm does it again.
Hand off to English on a first down, trying to get it around the left-hand side. Takes the long way around, but still picks up the first down. Still on his feet, down the sideline. Johnny English past the 20, 10. He scores again. Touchdown, Honolulu. On one of the craziest runs after fake punt, pass, kick, whatever I've ever seen. Unbelievable.
Mama, there goes that man.
I mean, he goes 5 yards back before he scores.
Yeah, I was going to make a comment about that, but I'll keep my comments to myself because he took this one to the house. He was blazing. 51 didn't have a shot.
So the Skyhawks having trouble on first and second down sometimes in terms of moving the chains, but they have converted on a decent amount of these third downs. I believe they've only had to punt once. Snap back, handoff to English, right up the gut. English fights his way for a first down again, and can you believe that? Johnny English, that's the second time on third down the man has just taken the ball and ran right up the gut for a first. This is a man possessed, ladies and gentlemen. He wants this Skyhawk team to succeed, and it looks like he's...
Splint backs for Louis Ndula. Shot to throw, right into Big Sexy.
Big Sexy. Another country has heard from. Oh, yeah.
He just blew right by the offensive tackle. Gave him one little move and boop, down the quarterback went.
Split receivers and offside, and Snowden's going to take the handoff. Snowden, Richard Snowden spins back inside, breaks a tackle and scores. That's going to be a touchdown, DC. How in the world did he keep his balance and move the other way?
Wow, that's well, we were just talking about it too. You know, Snowden's got that ability to break away, and had he had more field there, he was definitely able to keep going. You know, he goes through the whole guy, doesn't have a whole lot of room there. One guy misses a tackle, he spins on him another, and shakes off that one right down there at the end, and is able to get in there. So DC is shown early on. They set the pace with the first touchdown, and then they come and they answer back with a great drive there.
Walker's deep pass is picked off. That's interception number 3 on the night. Eddie Gage gets up and returns it to the 34. How about Baltimore's defense against Kevin Walker? He did not throw 3 interceptions all of last season in any game. And only 2 times in his career has Walker thrown at least 3 times.
These two defenses right now canceling each other out. Showing a blitz up the middle, they bring it, Bentley running right into it, Bentley gets away from it, Bentley's got a first down, breaks a tackle, Ray Bentley, he's gone, and the Aztecs are going to score and get on the board. Welcome to the game, Ray Bentley. And the Aztecs are right back in it just like that.
Get a live look at downtown Buffalo, New York. And the Queen City Corsairs, they're trying to circle the wagons as they take on the Alamo City Artillery. Live from Control Field in Buffalo, New York, I'm Colin Northup. Rick Northup is back with me in the booth.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Buffalo.
We have Greg Soto and Chris Porter, our statisticians, Cameron Irvine. The executive producer extraordinaire, Rick. These Corsairs are chock full of rookies, particularly on the defensive side.
Yes, they are, and they're trying to benefit from a little home cooking, hopefully, right? As try and right the ship. Drone shot of some of our naval hardware there. Thank you.
These are Powell and Doug Spelling, 1 and 2 in terms of average yards per catch. Powell, number 3 in touchdown receptions with 10. Rookie quarterback John Lakeman's been a bright spot, but the defense has had their share of difficulties as they take on high-flying Alamo City attack led by running back Brad Jones.
And we just had the coin toss. I mentioned the picture of some naval hardware there, aerial coverage of today's game provided by Dags Drone Works, aerial photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com. It's .com. And there's our first cultural reference for the night. Let's see who gets that one.
The kickoff is set for Queen City, and we are underway from Buffalo. The return up the middle is Ziggy Horonik will get tackled at about the 20-yard line. And our first look at the artillery offense led by quarterback Ace Finnick, running back Brad Jones, 904 yards on the season. Vic Nudzi is the fullback, number 44, Hank Earl Trull, Horonik, and Greg Soto along with Deuce Finnick are the wide receivers. Tight end is Garrison Blue, and the offensive lineman is Charles Michael. Here's a throw out to Jones. Jones has plenty of green grass, and he gets taken down at the 39 for a first down.
Little swing pass to the left side of the formation, Colin, and a little first down to get things started.
L.L. Volt is the defensive end, along with fellow rookie Dan Dash, first-round draft pick. Defensive tackle Joseph Zaboka is the other defensive lineman. Kappa Jones is the inside linebacker. Claudius Periwinkle III, a rookie, and Oren Horanis is the other outside linebacker. Corners are Greg Gaines and Ted Haynes. Newton North, the second-round draft pick, is at corner, along with Nano Matthews. Todd Grigsby and G.B. Wallace are the safeties, both rookies.
You okay there?
Here's the give off to Jones. Jones has a first down and plenty more. Jones, who versus Houston in their previous contest only gained 85 yards on 30 carries, starts off with a quick carry here up the middle for good yardage.
2 first downs so far in this possession. The best possession of the game yet.
Start off with a 4-yard pass. Here's throw over the middle, complete. That is to the Cuban missile. Greg Soto picks up 3.
I believe they were thinking Soto might have a little bit more of a free run, but missed the number on that linebacker who stayed in coverage there, and Johnny on the spot to make the play. Brings up 2nd and 7 for them, Colin.
From the shotgun is Ace Finnick. He's in the gun. Jones, sidecar left for a wide. They run slants over the middle, and they find an opening there for a first down to the 26. That is Hank Earl Troll, his second catch on the drive.
And right there, that's a combination of vision and a little moxie. I don't know many quarterbacks that would have thrown into that coverage like that, but Ace Finnick says, dang the torpedoes, full speed ahead. We might be cranking out a naval set of metaphors now, Colin. Aye, aye, skipper.
You got that, Captain. Ball is on the 26. Here's the throw to Soto. It's caught down to the 9. It'll be first and goal. This is a Queen City defense, Rick, that gives up over 36 points a game. They're 20th against the pass, 303 allowed per game.
Yeah, and based on the first possession here by the Alamo City Alamos, they're gonna have a long day in the passing defending world. And
there's a perfect pass swat down as Deuce Finnick was the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
Well, AC Ducey, I'm sorry, Colin, please continue.
Queen City is +2 in the turnover differential. They forced 14 total turnovers. They give up 435 total yards per game, and they're dead last against the run against a Alamo City attack that is number 6 on the ground. They average 112 yards per game. Second and goal from the 9. Throw up in the middle, throw up. Garrison Blue had it in his hands, and the big guy dropped it. It'll be third and goal from the 9.
He might have been not in a flag or a penalty fashion, but his ability to catch that ball might have been interfered with or interrupted by the defender there. It was kind of a bang thing, Colin. But suddenly, after kind of workmanlike march down the field, third and goal.
Here they line up in gun straight with trips to the top. One receiver to the bottom. It'll be another pass. Ace going to the end zone, but instead it's intercepted.
Whoa. Well, the Queen City defense rises up for a goal line stand, and they produce a turnover. Well done. Just kind of playing center field, and I'm not sure what Ace Fennick was looking at. He must have expected the receiver to run a different route or break to the outside. And nobody on the Alamo City sideline is going to be happy about that. You know who is happy, Colin? Queen City.
John Lakeman, the rookie quarterback, takes things over first and 10, changes the play. He's back to throw, fires out to
out of bounds.
Doug Spelling, but he is out of bounds, no gain.
No gain. Hey, if you're in the chat, we're paying attention to you. Bo Martin Jr., welcome in. Thanks for connecting your player to your name. Terrific stuff. And we'll mention that here in Western New York, beautiful countryside, the Rick Meter has made the trip here.
Lakeman back to throw, tipped in the air and incomplete. Let's introduce you to Queen City offense while we have a moment.
Please do.
Here before this third down. John Lakeman is the quarterback. Jet Zero is the tailback. Devarius Spellvine, the Hall of Famer, is at fullback. He came over from London. Adrian Ellis, second year with the Corsairs. Tony Zoma, he comes over from Carolina. He's the returner. Doug Spelling, Deezer Powell, and James Matthew Jr. All right. Powell and Spelling are the wide receivers. Matthew Jr. is the tight end, along with Stephen McMichaels, and the left guard is Robert Cron. Play action, but Lakeman fires complete out of bounds for a first down at the 32-yard line. It's Tony Zoma.
Well done. And what kind of, how does the Queen City offense stack up statistically, Colin? Enlighten me, por favor.
Well, they scored just under 24 points a game. We're 9 passing yards per game at 301. They only average 63 yards on the ground, but they're 19th in total yards with 364. This Lakeman fires deep down the field. It's going to be intercepted. Intercepted and coming back the other way. Clear sailing. Oh, to the 20-yard line. The artillery will be set up in beautiful field position. Will be first and 10 there. Pass interception made by Rygar Law.
And good tackle there by the left guard, Robert Crone, on that 6'2", 295. He's a load. I would not want to be tackled in the open field by Mr. Crone.
We didn't even get a chance to introduce you to the artillery defense.
Right.
We'll do that next possession.
Neither was I able to talk about the passing game being the bright spot for Queen City, and maybe they'll lean on that today. they appeared to be making progress until they threw to the other team. Here's the other team.
Here's Ace Finnick to the end zone. Knocked away, incomplete. And there's another one of those many rookies, GB Wallace, who has an interception returned for a touchdown on his resume this year.
Nobody seemed to get my comment about .com. It's .com. That, of course, is the infamous Homestar Runner. Homestar Runner, for those of you keeping score at home. First cultural reference of the game.
2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's to get to Jones. Only his second carry and manages to pick up 4 down to the 16. They have Matt Finnick as their kicker, so it's really a family affair. You got Ace as the quarterback, Deuce is the wide receiver, and Matt is the kicker.
I guess he's the one who tries to kick the ball. Get it? Ace, Ace, Deuce, try. 1, 2, 3. Anybody? Anybody? Bueller?
Bueller. 5 wide in the shotgun for Ace Finnick. He goes to the end zone. This time it's Greg Gaines on the interception. And for Gaines, on his pass interception, number 4 on the year, that now ties him with the team lead.
Appreciate the QBs here with 6:42 still to play in the first quarter, and we have 3 interceptions, dramatically increasing the entertainment level here on SFL evening game, Colin.
Lakeman back to throw, fires, one-handed catch by Doug Spelling. Now he's just showing off. No, that's Powell, correction.
Yeah.
Picks up 8.
There you go.
2nd and 2.
Hey, if you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, it's football for everyone.
Lakeman under center, has 0 in the backfield. And Jet Zero gets the ball, only picks up a yard. Tackle made by Yogi Bar, and that's a good segue right into the defensive introductions. Yogi Bar is the defensive end, along with Jukin Rukin. Stephen Fellows the second. Tina Begin are the defensive tackles. J. Mart, Boogie Bar, Rob Fork are the outside linebackers. Rigger Law already has pick. He's joined out there by Micah McGuire at the corner spots. Rain Rie and Jeff Spicoli are the 3 safeties. Strong safeties are Jukin Rukin Jr. and Tina's husband, Eldon. That pass is good to James Matthew Jr. for a first down at the 38-yard line of Queen City.
I totally lost track of the fact that Jeff Spicoli is out there tonight. You know, danger is his business. He in himself is a cultural reference, so it's piling on right there.
Split backs, 3 wide receivers for the Corsairs. Lakeman, quick drop back, fires out to 0-0. Made one man miss in the hole, but not the second. He picked up 3 yards on the reception. It'll be 2nd and 7 as we cross under 5 minutes to go here in the opening stanza.
Or still 5 minutes to go, and we've seen a ton of action already.
Corsairs 10.5-point underdogs at home. Over under 51.5 according to our friends over at Jack's Data. Sets the lines and does 3 sets of rankings on 28 teams every week. 0 on another reception, breaks a tackle, picks up a first down, but pays the price at the 48.
You know, that's nothing for 0. He shakes that off. He's used to contact. Huff runner.
Watch right here. Spin move, broken tackle, and then boom, Regard Law just comes in and says,
I guess it is fortunate that Jet Zero's head is still attached to his shoulders there, but you know, 5'11", 230, very stout individual, that Jet Zero.
Zero has only 2 rushing touchdowns on the year. That would be a career low.
Get out.
Lakeman back to throw, nearly sacked, but gets rid of it to Zero, who somehow manages to stay in bounds and pick up 5 yards.
Wow, those childhood dance lessons pay off as he tippy-toes down the sidelines. Where's my tap shoes, everybody? Okay, show of hands, whose parents made them take dance lessons.
6 of 9 for 45 yards. Early is Lakeman.
You. Okay, yeah. Not embarrassing.
3 catches for 15 yards now for 0. He gets swing out again, but nearly sacked his Lakeman.
Could have.
But he avoids the sack. Jukin Rukin, big man, nearly brought him down.
I don't know if we get a replay. I guess not, but I thought for a moment that might have been a fumble, Colin. Well, 3rd and 5. And Queen City with some progress, as our Canadian friends would say. Not wanting to turn the ball over with a punt here.
We're a hop, skip, and a jump away from the Canadian border here in Buffalo as the throw is tipped in the air and incomplete. Albert McGinn got his hands on it. It'll be 4th and 5 as the drive terminates at the Alamo City 47.
Yeah, you know what Mike Daggs, who lives in Western New York, says that Toronto's a suburb of Buffalo, right? So, little USA Canadian Maple Leaf shade there. Just kidding. I know Mike never said that. I just made that up.
Punt is away. It's Ziggy Horonic back on the return. Makes one man miss, but is not so lucky as another wave of all black-shirted defenders come at the 15-yard line to bring him down.
Good coverage by Queen City Special Teams. We haven't really talked about that yet. You know, Queen City is still looking for their first win, and as everybody knows, you break the game down into offense, defense, and special teams, and special teams is often kind of overlooked, and good coverage there. And if Queen City Special Teams can hold serve or maybe even press some kind of an advantage, that will help out the overall cause.
Ace Finnick back to throw, nearly hit as he throws, lets it go to Jones, who races his way up the field, but not before he's smacked down by Kappa Jones. Former safety now transitioning to inside linebacker this year, wearing number 94.
Wow.
Boy, he was nearly sacked by the veteran Joseph Saboka. Spent his first 6 years or so with the Charleston Predators, second year for Queen City.
Kappa Jones clocks in at 6'2", 235. Not bad for a inside linebacker, maybe a little undersized on the weight department, but I'm sure they're bulking him up. And
Jones breaks away. He makes one tackle. He stood up 40. He stood up 30. And 2 men, including Ted Haynes, running down at the Queen City 30. A run of 47 yards.
Wow. Unexpected Queen City's defense. Let's see if they can mentally pull themselves together here. It's tough to take a blow like that after they've been playing solidly here in the early going. But for Alamo City and the cynical side, they've gotten into that area where Queen City defense rises up and gets interceptions. So maybe that's their game plan all along.
Longest drive of the game so far was 55 yards, and already the artillery has driven 55 yards in just 2 plays, helped out by that run by Jones, who picks up one more and adds to his total as he's tackled at the 29-yard line. This is 2nd and 9 from the Queen City 29-yard line. Conpro Field in Buffalo, New York. First time in a while we visited this venerable home of the Corsairs. The throw goes out to Ziggy Horonic, who falls down out of bounds after pickup of, let's say, 5 yards.
Let's see if Alamo City can be careful with the football and get some points on the board. Unexpectedly, Colin, a scoreless game here late in the first quarter. Both teams have had some good possessions. Queen City's defense has been the star so far.
Throw to Soto, who had 72 grabs coming in. 3rd best in the league, unable to keep his feet in bounds there. And Matt Finnick will try for the first points of the game with a field goal coming up here on 4th down.
Finnick family business. About to attempt this, Colin. It's going to be a 41-yarder. 20 years ago, that'd be kind of a longer field goal, but it's just fairly pedestrian now for today's kickers. These youngsters know what they're doing.
17 of 18 is Finnick.
Ooh.
As the field goal from 41 is good.
Wow.
With 1:37 to go, the visitors from San Antonio take a 3-0 lead.
And plenty of leg, but not too much leg, right? Fennick knows how to moderate the attempts. You know, you don't want to overswing or overkick.
Look at the total yardage discrepancy, Rick.
Yeah, wow.
At 46 to 120, and yet it's 3-0 because of the Queen City interceptions.
Right, you take
of Alamo City.
Yeah, you take away that last drive, and you'll have a stat on that here in a second. But that one run is most of the 120 yards that Alamo City's featuring on that stat sheet right now. Welcome, Guy Clausen, into the chat. Good show of sportsmanship, Mr. Clausen.
That was a 6-play, 61-yard drive. Took 2 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock and resulted in only 3 points.
Yeah, Queen City's, you know, they gave up points, but it was only a field goal, and only because they gave up one big play, really.
Throw is complete out of bounds, and Doug Spelling, after 3 balls thrown his direction, is able to all that one in for his first catch of the day. Pick up 5, 2nd and 5.
Remind everybody the Rick Meter is here with us in Western New York. Chance of snow flurries today or this evening, but if that happens, shouldn't stick around, so they say. And the Rick Meter here, as we get into the second quarter, will start letting you know who it thinks will be prevailing in this game. And there is a incomplete as he was getting knocked down.
It was Tina Begin, who I believe played for the Corsairs at one point in time, if I'm not mistaken.
Uh-oh, here we go, deep into the record books.
It's a 3rd and 5 for Queen City. And the Corsairs, in terms of third down conversion percentage, are 53% on the year.
Last time was a throw over the middle that was incomplete on 3rd and 5.
They'll slant again, and Spelling unable to haul it in. Rhaegar Law knocked it down.
Wow. Yogi Berra would say it's deja vu all over again. Well, they apparently like that play on 3rd and a little bit longer than standard, 3rd and 5.
Matthews on to kick for the Corsairs. He's standing back just a little past his own 15-yard line. Matthews kicks it away. Ziggy Heronic on the return. 2 spins. Tried to make a juke, but is pushed ahead to the 38-yard line of Alamo City.
Ends up getting a few yards on the return, but it was, fighting for every inch of that, as the coverage, again, was pretty good.
Bunch formation to the top 4 of the artillery. Staring over a standard nickel defense, it appears. It's the pass down the field. Wide open is Ziggy Heronic, and he will score with ease. Touchdown, artillery.
Heronic somehow gets loose behind the secondary, Colin. That's a player that you want to account for on every play, and he becomes unaccounted for.
Heronic was just wide open behind the rest of the defense, and for a man with the name of Ziggy, he got a little stardust spread on him that play. That is touchdown reception number 2.
Good reference there. See who gets that one. Kind of a fairly easy one. We'll see. Maybe the youngsters don't know about Ziggy.
Matt Finnick on for the extra point.
He's not going to be kicking a PAT.
And it is good. We're now 10-0.
You know, as a compliment on Ace on that throw, Colin, and we've seen it a lot, right? There's a play or a throw that is so open and so easy. They make a mistake, right? They throw it too short, the ball slips out of their hand, they fire it over the receiver's head because they have to think. They think about it for a second rather than just playing. And so it's actually a more difficult play than you'd think. And same for the receiver. I'm wide open. I'm going to score this thing. Next thing you know, they're dropping it.
Tony Zoma on the return up to the 23. Corsairs forced to punt last time they had the ball. And now down 2 scores, Rick.
Yep.
I think it's getting nervous time, sure.
Nervous time. Still 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. I would venture to say Queen City's been nervous since before the kickoff, but you're right. They need a drive, and they need some points, even if it's just a field goal.
Lakeman back to throw. Out route, tipped in the air. Incomplete. Intended for Matthews Jr.
Yeah, and
Parker on the deflection.
Right. And making throws like that is not going to help. Very well covered. Still lets it fly. Lucky wasn't picked directly, and then with the tip, still a dangerous ball that, fortunately for Queen City, falls harmless to the turf. There we go with 3 wide.
Putbacks. Lakeman over the middle. It's going to be intercepted. This time, grabbing it out of the air is Jeff Spicoli, and the man whose danger is his business, Biggs.
That's right. He's going to be ordering a pizza with Mr. Hand later. My time, your time, our time, right? Mr. Spicoli, I believe you've wasted approximately 3 hours of my class time this semester.
Look, he even tried to make a juke upfield before he fought down. Had the 27.
He's got some game.
Oh, Gunny enjoying a Irish feast of corned beef and cabbage.
There you go.
As Brad Jones carries the ball, picks up 4 yards to the 23.
We had a corned beef and cabbage fest last night, didn't we, Colin?
Yes, and I made sure to wear green during the day because I didn't want anybody to pinch me.
There you go.
2nd down and 6, type formation for Alamo City. They get one more play off before the quarter, and Jones is tackled in the backfield for a loss.
Wow. There we go.
At the end of the first quarter, it's 10-0. Artillery in front. You're watching the SFL, presented by AFM Music on YouTube.
Well, here we are at the start of the second quarter. We've seen, what do we have, like 4 interceptions now?
Carry is Jones. He picks up only a couple of yards, and that'll set up Matt Finnick with another field goal attempt. So the rookie Dan Dash's TFL.
Helping out tremendously, yeah, as that puts a stake in the heart of that drive by Alamo City.
And you have to consider this a victory.
Yes, and it's still, even if he makes it, still technically a 2-score game, although it converts from a field goal and a touchdown to 2 touchdowns, and the kick's on the way.
It's good from 40 yards. 13-0. Artillery now in front. Matt Finnick, his second 3-pointer of the day.
And with that, the hopped up on Mountain Dew and Pop-Tart staff of the Rick Meter has just emerged from their bunker with this initial reading for tonight's game, and that is lean Alamo City. Alamo City now expected to win. Queen City will have to outperform Alamo City to pull it back to neutral at least, and eventually put the Rick Meter in their favor. So that hill has started to become Paul.
As Zoma on the return, he almost got it, but he got lit up by Matt Finnick. And most times see poor kickers get blocked downfield, but not Matt Finnick. Tony Zoma was about one more move away from breaking this open, Rick. Watch.
There he was. Yeah, Finnick says, you're not going to do this to my kickoff. Nice move. Nice spin to split the D, and he's off. Finnick's not taking the bait on the spin move and basically shoves him down.
That's got to be the highlight play of the week right there.
Right there.
Lining up in a I formation is Queen City. Bovine close, 0 deep. Lakeman under center. He's back to throw. 7 steps, fires way down the field.
Oh!
And it's stuck spelling. And in one play, the Corsairs score.
Wow. And the Rick Meter's reading of Alamo City. If I said Queen City, I was mistaken. Alamo City was lean on the Rick Meter, but look at Queen City coming back in the Battle of the Cities. Holy smoke.
And Doug Spelling showing you why he's so explosive after the catch. That's a 58-yard touchdown pass.
Wow. Slightly underthrown and behind. Still at full speed. Makes the spinning catch, if you will. And takes it in. And just like that, maybe inspired by that strong return, Colin. Wake up the echoes. Here comes Queen City.
That's the 5th touchdown reception of the year for Spelling. Lakeman, that's touchdown throw number 19. I'd say he's still, despite his team's performance so far this year, in conversation for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Absolutely. Well. Improbably.
It looks like Michael Irvine spoke with Rick Meter being in favor of Queen City into existence. He posted that a couple minutes ago, and then there's a big pass down the field for 6 points.
Exactly.
Aronik on the return gets tackled at the 25. And now all of a sudden, Rick, on one play, the entire complexion of the game is turned on its head.
Right. And Queen City, despite giving up 13 points, their defense has been serviceable, Colin. And the quick strike by the QCC offense, points needed, but the defense goes right back on the field. So they got their work cut out for them here.
4 wide receivers in the shotgun. And the left-hander fires, and it is dropped by Greg Soto as he's sandwiched by 2 Queen City defenders. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah. Now people might say, hey, Queen City, we're talking about Queen City's defense, right? They gave up 13 points, but remember, they gave up an initial touchdown, and it's been field goals ever since, right? Am I right? Or no, first score was a field goal, then a touchdown, and then 2 more field goals, right? So they've been in position, has Alamo City, to actually make more out of the sandwich than they have so far.
2nd and 10. And the left-hander throws. He's got Soto this time. Down the field to the 49.
Anything you could do, I can do better, right? Says Ace Finnick. Let's have ourselves a long pass again. Maybe you forgot about the first quarter.
And after being targeted 2 times before without a catch, the Cuban missile hauls in his first grab, his 73rd of the year. This one good for 24 yards to set up 1st and 10 at the Queen City 49-yard line.
Queen City obviously wants to prevent a score, but they really need to stop them before they get to field goal range.
Quick drop, has to dump it off to Jones. He lost 2 yards, did Brad Jones. Tackled in a big way by Orion Horace, number 58. You see him here. Perfect form tackle.
Yeah, you know what, Colin? I think we're seeing both teams get a little bit another gear, access another gear in their giddy up. The intensity and speed of this game seems to be growing on both sides.
Pushes the artillery back to their side of 50, and Jones up the middle. And one play will get him back at the Queen City 45, setting up a 3rd and 6. So far, Alamo City, they were 0 for 5 on 3rd downs in the first quarter. This is their first 3rd down face of this 2nd period. Trips to the bottom. Quick drop. Fires over the middle. Drop. Ooh. Juice Finnick had it in his hands, but G.B. Wallace says, And the Corsairs come up with the stop.
Indeed.
Now things get really interesting. Wilson on the punt for Queen City. Tony Zoma back to return.
Just what the doctor ordered. for the Corsairs. Pharmacy pickup for Corsair.
Wilson punts it away, and Zoma call up fair catch at the 12.
Tomorrow on SFL YouTube, the Carolina Skyhawks are the next challenger to the league's top seed, Arizona. Will the Scorpions take care of business with a looming rematch against Baltimore next week, or will Carolina upset Arizona? Looking ahead, kickoff is set for 9 p.m. in the East, only on SFL YouTube.
That should be an entertaining one for sure.
Fighting Eddie Gage's getting it done.
John Lakeman back to throw, has to dump this up to just 0, but he will get out of bounds at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
Second and long. Not where you want to be on the offense.
Only 32 total yards this quarter for Alamo City. Queen City with 58, albeit most of that on that one pass to Spelling.
Right.
Here's another pass, complete out to 0, and this time he picks up 3.
I don't know, Colin. Sometimes these, more often than not, it would seem the probabilities on those swing passes, those sprint outs, whatever you want to call them, I think it seems like the expected gain is low on those plays, right? That's how you blend in the different potentials and the outcomes. Not in favor of that.
Lakeman back to throw, fires underneath to curl, and it's dropped by Ellis.
2 mistakes on that play. The receiver didn't run deep enough, and then the QB picked that receiver to throw to.
Jukenricken Jr. able to force the incompletion, so the Corsairs unable to do anything with the defensive momentum.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Corsairs, and Alamo City's got to be pretty happy about this as we start biting into the second quarter here. They should have decent field position, forcing the Corsairs to punt from their own goal line.
Only 8 carries, but they've been for 72 yards for Brad Jones. I expect to see him get the ball a little bit more than he's been getting. Although Ziggy Hronik breaks the tackle, he's away on the return, breaks off another tackle, and Ziggy Hronik beats the punter with ease. Touchdown, Alamo City, a special teams return touchdown for the artillery.
Right, and you were giving some stats there, and I was noticing there was light pressure, no pressure really on the kick, and I thought, all right, Alamo City's got the return on, and you bet they did. They saw something in the probably in their film room this week, Colin, and knew on that they would have a chance for a return, and they put it on where they knew they'd have a chance to house it, and they do. Well, Queen City, after picking up that long touchdown.
So Ziggy Hronik is responsible for both touchdowns. One through the air, and now one on the return. The extra point makes it 20-7.
So much for the Queen City special teams compliment I gave them earlier in the game. But hey, one mistake or a couple mistakes made on that play. They've got to keep their head in the game, right, Colin? 20-7. They're going to get the ball back.
Remember last time Tony Zoma had a kickoff return? He almost broke it open.
He did.
Before he got rocked by the kicker.
he just asked me if you refrain from mentioning that anymore. Tackled by the kicker. Kickers are people too, you know.
And he's tackled actually by Jukenricken Jr. at special teams. Zoma at the 23. So the Corsairs all of a sudden find the hole a little bit deeper. So they have to claw their way
back
out.
down. I'm sorry, go ahead.
They have to claw their way out.
Back to a 2-touchdown score differential.
Throw it to 0 again. He's in the flats, only picks up 1.
You want to say, what's the expected gain on those plays? Occasionally it's like you get addicted to the one time out of 50 that goes for a big gain. So you throw it all the time, hoping to strike pay dirt. But really, I'm not sure that's That's the right thing to do. Here we got a tight bunch to the top of the formation, Colin.
All the splits are tight. Even the man to the bottom is lined up very close to the line of scrimmage. And they throw out to 0 again. And they'll get knocked out of bounds. This time at the 28 to set up a 3rd and 5.
What a surprise. We did bring Denver the service dog with us to Western New York tonight, and unlike many games this season so far, he's actually behaving. Colin. Hey, don't talk bad about
Hey,
my
don't
dog.
talk bad about my dog. The throws complete to Zuma. Nice spin move on 3rd down. Gets the 1st down to the 32.
There we go. Okay, that worked. Go for it.
And the Corsairs.
Is it Zuma or Zoma? Just realized that.
It's Zoma.
Zoma. I might have been calling him Zuma. By the way, if you're an audiophile or a classic rock person, check out Neil Young's Zuma album, recorded on the when he had a house on Malibu Beach. Lived next door, wait for it, to Goldie Hawn.
Play action. Lakeman ducks out of one sack, but can't duck out of another one. Yogi Bar brings him down, and he's looking like he just found a pick in the basket.
He did. Oh no. Lakeman throws a little juke in there, but can't get away from big old 9-4. The big old 9-4, Colin.
That's his 4th sack of the year. And it lost the 9 all the way back to the 33.
Oh my.
Lakeman under center. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Is there a reason I don't know who 94 is?
Throws. It's caught. It's Deezer Powell. And they get a 2nd and 19 for a 1st down. Lakeman showing off the arm.
Yeah, Lakeman's Lakeman's the starter for not no reason. Not no reason. Hello, gooder, talker, better. He's got the skills.
They end up with this tight bunch again. 0 leaks out of the backfield. Actually able to make some good yardage out of it. Picks up 4. 2nd down and 6. He's up to 8 receptions now. It's only had 1 toe to the rock for 1 yard. The numbers for Lakeman, the quarterback rating held down a little bit by those 2 interceptions. He's 2nd 6 throw out to 0 again, and he gets knocked out of bounds at the 34. What'll be 3rd and 3. Law among the Alamo City defenders on the tackle.
Well, a very makeable 3rd down here. 3rd and 3. Let's see what they throw at him.
2 tight ends lined up.
They're wide splits. Just 2 wideouts. Here we go.
They go to the out route. Caught by Powell as he gets knocked out of bounds at the 26. That's good enough for a 1st down.
Like that play a lot. Get yourself some outside leverage. You just sprint past the sticks. Head towards the sideline, and there it is. Just excellent throw by Lakeman, just over the outstretched arm of the defender.
To 169 now.
Wait, I'm getting a note here as a commentator. I'm supposed to say big old paw of the defender.
Jane Matthew Jr., his 2nd grab, gets 7 yards before he runs out of bounds at the 20.
Well, they got a little something going here. Seeing a wrinkle possibly in Alamo City's defensive scheme right here in this possession, Colin. I'm liking it. Me likey.
9 catches for Jet 0, only 30 yards gained. Lakeman pumps. He's got all day. And now he goes down. Stephen Fellows the 2nd, able to bring him down.
The sunset on him there. Hey, miss any SFL action, it's hard to keep up with every play around the league. Check out highlights of SFL games on the SFL YouTube channel and on Highlight Nation provided by Victor's Valiant, YouTube's premier sports highlight maker. Subscribe to Highlight Nation and Victor's Valiant on YouTube for all your sports highlights needs.
So on third down, they give to Jet Zero for only the second time, but he's unable to get the first down. They'll set up 4th and 3, and Mr. Garfield is now on the field for the field goal attempt. This is Joe Garfield, 7 of 10 on field goals this year.
And important for those of you that like to keep track of the game and the advantage or disadvantage by possessions and results. This will take it from a 2-touchdown differential to a touchdown and field goal differential should this be made.
Garfield's kick is on the way. Good, from 36 they'll call it. And the Corsairs cut the deficit in half to 10 points.
Not bad, not bad. You know, if you're Queen City, you're going to take that right now.
Gives them a little bit of momentum, ever so slightly.
I think it does.
With 2:54 to go in the first half. Ziggy Horonik back deep to return. He already has a punt return.
For a touchdown.
Yes, for a touchdown. I was going to get to that, but you beat me.
You paused, I'm sorry.
Takes the return, breaks the tackle, unable to get away.
The Queen City special teams unit wise to the ways of Horonik there as they don't let him string them out and they maintain their lanes. Get him at the 25. So, 3-minute offense here for Alamo City. Let's see what they got. We might even see a little hurry up here, depending. Nobody's thrown the hurry at the other team yet tonight.
Brad Jones, only his 9th carry, picks up 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4. Actually, that is carry number 10.
Got Brad Jones with a shimmy there for the crowd. Who don't appreciate it.
It's up to 78 yards.
Really? Okay.
With the lineup in the I formation, it's 2nd and 4.
Power. Come on.
Quick drop. Throw out to Jones. Jones has to break a tackle, but only can pick up one. It's Ted Haynes hopped on his back. No, that's Gaines. Greg Gaines hopped on his back and said, buddy, you're going no further.
Shows you how hard it is for him to take him down, though. And we've reached the 2-minute warning. You're watching
the Simulation Football League presented by ATM Music on YouTube. The Alamo City Artillery up by 10 points. That's the visiting team, 10.5-point favorite. According to the gambling public.
The odds makers.
Throw out to Greg Soto to the 42. Good enough for first down. And plenty more.
That's right. And as a reminder, the Rick meter is still riding the lean Alamo City at this point. As we clock in under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter, lean Alamo City. We'll talk about how delusional the Rick meter is in the second half.
For those uninitiated.
Uninitiated. It does have a lot of neon, and as the sun sets, they're looking forward to turning that on.
Jones carry up the middle, loses a yard. Tackle made by Periwinkle III.
Periwinkle.
And his first name is Claudius, so I think his parents named him well.
That name is an important sounding name, and he's doing important things here on the field in the SFL.
Jones on the carry. He'll lose more yardage this time back to the 40. Corsairs, though, aren't calling any other timeouts, strange as it may be.
Yeah, they might have a chance to get the ball back. And if they do here, maybe a little bit less time available to them than could have been. Colin, you were right about that.
Michael Irvine says the Rick meter is broken.
Speaking of delusional.
The throw down the field. Intercepted. Intercepted on the play. by Greg Gaines. His second interception as he went high in the air and he came down. Deuce Vinnick was the intended receiver, and Ace, he's thrown his third interception of the first half.
Oh my. Well, exciting. They do get the ball back, and they have a little bit of time. Will we see the hurry up here? My recommendation is yes. We'll see what Queen City does with their minute.
Here we go to Jay
Out of
Mack
bounds.
Jr. Breaks a tackle, and he gets hit out of bounds at the 49.
Wow.
Clock's down to 55 seconds left. Took 3 guys to force Matthew Jr. out of bounds there, Rick.
It did.
No, 2 guys.
Encouraging him to step off the field of play. Yes. Excellent forward propulsion of the pigskin to that receiving person.
Oh, have we reached the Queen English portion of our program?
The British commentary using the Queen's English.
It's just there, only 2 yards on 2 carries. Doug Spelling catches it over the middle, picks up 8, but the clock is running.
The receiving person was brought down aggressively by the defenders, I noticed.
Lakeman, quick drop over the middle. James Matthew Jr. with a great catch, and now they call timeout with 36 seconds.
Amazing reception of the oblong ball. Wow, well placed by Lakeman.
He's now up to 214 yards on 21 completions here in the first half.
Throw to the tight end, says Guy Clausen.
The former tight end who's now a wide receiver, but he still loves to carry the tight end banner. We love to see it. Play action by Lakeman.
Uh-oh.
He goes down in a heap, but they don't call timeout. Loss of 8 back to the 35.
Okay, that was not good, but here we go again.
He does with 20 seconds.
Ugh. Third and a good chunk of a country mile here, Colin. With only 20 seconds left, that sack so costly, and then not burning the timeout to kind of regroup and talk over and potentially call 2 plays in a row, right? That's all. Don't forget that was also lost with them not stopping the clock right there.
And for the first time today, Queen City breaks out 4 wide receivers.
Woo.
See who they go with here.
Well, something special.
Play action. Lake to the sideline. Oh, easy yard short of the sticks. It's Ellis. His first catch, but he was a yard short of where he needed to go, knocked out at the 18 by regular law.
Do they do the field goal attempt here, Colin, or do they roll the dice and try and get a first down and still get, well, you may have 3 plays. You have 2 more plays, so, and you could give up the ball if you don't make the first.
They're going to try the field goal. Garfield on for the extra point.
35-yarder from the left hash.
High snap, ball placed, and kick is good. Now it's 20-13.
Friend of ours, Jason Hansen, who was all-pro kicker for the Detroit Lions for many years, has told us that he prefers to kick from the right hash. The left hash was unusually harder for him for whatever reason. And if he ever missed field goals, which he rarely did, they were from the left hash. Very interesting for a right-footed kicker, that is.
12 seconds left. We'll probably just kick it. And hope Ziggy doesn't do anything crazy with it. From a 5, Peronic cuts and he gets knocked down at the 26 with 8 ticks to go.
In fact, they'll take a knee here and head to the locker room. But stranger things have happened in Yon SFL.
Corsairs have to defend the final 8 seconds here. Artillery will turn, get to Jones. Jones hesitates. stopped, and that'll be the last play of the half as he's tackled for no gain. Halftime score, 20-13, Artillery in front.
Well, an interesting game and maybe a closer score than what people may have realized or may have been expecting. Let's put it that way. As we get started here in the third quarter with Alamo City kicking off to Queen City Corsairs. So Queen City showing some life here in the back half of the first quarter and into the second quarter.
Up the middle he goes. Takes away. Spins. Oh no. He could be loose. He's up over the 50. Gets one more block to the 40. Tony Zoma down the sideline. And he will take the second half kick for 6 points. My goodness.
Holy smoke. Wow, we were just kind of resetting for the second half and getting people up to speed. And right under our noses, it's a return for a touchdown. Electric. And it's up the gut, too. Look at that.
One spin move. Here's number 52. He throws the block on the poor kicker. Matt Finnick didn't get his big lick in this time. And stuck it there. Just the lone man chasing him.
Running away from everybody. Exactly. So now...
point away from a tie.
Yeah, with that field goal in the second quarter. And now a touchdown here. We had talked about how important the previous field goal was to cut it to a two-possession game that was comprised of a touchdown and a field goal. And lo and behold, they got a field goal and now a touchdown.
I'm interested to see what the Rick Meter staff has explanation for these recent developments.
Well, we don't know what the Rick Meter staff's going to do, but they have put in an order for additional Pop-Tarts and Mountain Dew. We'll go attend to that for a moment.
As the Corsairs, in one play, managed to tie the game in the most explosive of ways. A kickoff return for 6 points. Now Ziggy Horonik from the 3-yard line on the return. Out the middle. It's tackled at the 25. And boy, oh boy, Alamo City desperately needs this win in a crowded SFL Southern Division. Houston beat Canton today, 20-17 in earlier action. And now the Artillery find themselves tied for the first time in a while. And again, they're in firm control as Hank Earl Troll gets the first down up to the 36. Pickup of about 11 yards. First and 10 at 36. Ace Finnick, 165 yards on 13-22 passing. Has one touchdown, but unfortunately for him, has thrown 3 interceptions. Here's Jones. Gets the handoff. It's tracked down after pickup of 3. He's now up to 79 yards unofficial. Thanks to Greg Soto and Chris Porter keeping track of the facts and figures for us. Making me and especially the other colleague who's usually with me, but he's, as he said, he's on a Pop-Tart Mountain Dew run at the moment. Juicy, the fullback, gets the handoff up the middle, and Periwinkle tackles him down. They're going to stay after pickup of a yard to the 40. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Artillery, which on a Queen City Lightning strike all of a sudden finds themselves tied after they were leading for such a majority of this ball game. Ace throw. It's complete to Ziggy Horonik, but he's short 2 yards of the sticks. Greg Gaines with a terrific open field tackle. And oh boy, Rick, I think the Rick meter may have to make some recalculation.
Well, you're right about that. Having just checked in on the staff of the Rick meter, they're in shock. because A, they think they know more than everybody else, and they did not expect Queen City to mount a comeback and tie the game. So they're back with their slide rules and pencils, furiously recalculating their view of things.
Hey, look. For the Corsairs, close games are a very common occurrence. They've had a couple of 3-point losses. They had an opening week loss of 6 points to Las Vegas. They had a 46-49 thrilling loss to Denver. And they had a 12-point loss to Arizona. As Lakeman is back to throw, fires complete to Deezer Powell.
Sorry about that. Brings up second and short. And, oh my. We got ourselves a little bit of a brawl going on. Backyard brawl here.
1 of 9 on third down to Alamo City. 1 of 9. Sort of shocking when you consider the artillery and how good they've been offensively.
We saw there's a first down. We saw the Queen City offense get some juice from a great return in the first half. And they scored on the very next play. And I think that kickoff return has got them feeling good about themselves.
A Hall of Famer, Tiberius Vova, an 18th seasoned veteran, picks up 7 on a fullback dive. And the Corsairs are actually 4 of 9 on third down.
What about Alamo City? What's their third down conversion?
1 of 9.
1 of 9.
Well, I said that already, but
I'm sorry.
Somebody wasn't paying attention.
I was busy scratching some notes out here about the game. Yeah, hey, no, you don't need to be making that gesture to me there in the booth. Come on.
I'm not doing any. Lakeman, quick drop, fires out to 0. He gets tackled after maybe a yard. How many times have we said that tonight?
I know. Disappointing. And with the weapons that they have, using him that way, I'm like a broken record. I don't know how many seasons, Colin, you've had me. I've had the privilege of being your color guy, but every season I complain about that. I know, broken record. Old man yells at cloud at this point. Right?
Punch to the bottom, Lakeman. Fires out, tipped in the air twice, incomplete.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Rain Rie almost got it, and then another guy, I didn't see who it was, almost had it as well. And Morrison will be forced to punt. Remember, he had one of his punts returned for a touchdown already tonight.
He did. Well, and I almost said a word I didn't want to say in the air because I was flabbergasted about that tip drill, and then it wasn't actually picked up or picked off.
Aronik sets up the return and gets knocked down at the 28.
Aronik ran right into the bunch blocking there. Might not have been able to have a good vision keeping his eye on the ball, which you do to secure it on that punt, but gets his wheels going right into the blocking morass, and down he goes.
Only 9 rushing yards for Queen City, but 245 through the air.
Really?
Ace Finnick back to throw, fired.
Oh.
Ziggy Aronik falls down after pick up a 4 before he's touched down out there by Matthews.
And neither Finnick or Aronik are happy with that one. They practice that all the time, obviously, and he had room to roam if Finnick could have laid that ball out in front of him. So he had to kind of spin around and catch that ball, and his momentum took him to the ground.
Here's Jones. Carries.
Nice.
Lost a yard.
Nice tackle. Yeah.
There's Periwinkle, the third again.
Periwinkle. Periwinkle. You said Claudius was his first name?
Yeah, Claudius Periwinkle the third. His 5th tackle.
Purple Periwinkle.
And the Artillery are 1 of 9 on third down. Here they are again, 3rd and 6. Throw. This is a curl route. Looking to go back, but the ball
that?
And only net gain of 2 because he went backwards.
Yikes.
Yosa.
Occasionally you'll see that in a game where inexplicably, maybe just trying to get some room, get some breathing room to put some moves on or shift field position, but it goes horribly wrong for Alamo City Artillery on that one.
First catch only goes for 2 yards. Been targeted one other time before. Fair catch called by Tony Zoma at the Queen City 33. And buckle up your seatbelts, folks. Here we go.
Hey, also, next Saturday on Next Level Sports, the Central Division takes center stage. 2 6-2 teams, Minnesota Legend and Tulsa Desperados, will decide who will be in the driver's seat of an automatic playoff berth down the final stretch of the regular season. Catch all the action on Next Level Sports. For a complete channel guide, visit nlse.com.
Oh, that's fun to say. Central Division takes center stage as the pass goes out to Tiberius Bovine.
Who wrote this stuff? Not me.
He doesn't gain anything, but the former tight end gains or grabs that one out of the air, but it'll be 2nd and 10.
You heard me rooting, not rooting, but encouraging, shall we say, Queen City earlier in the game, as they bring their own 7 selves into the contest tonight, and appreciate Henry Jones with some occasional updates here. Happy to see another underdog, Princeton, giving Missouri all they can handle there.
You know what's really interesting, too, is he posted earlier in the chat, Kansas beat Arkansas by 1.
I did see that. Want to make sure people have themselves tuned here to this broadcast. You can monitor all that action on your phone or other apps. But we got ourselves a really interesting contest as the 500 Alamo City Artillery are tied.
Lakeman throws first down to the 44. That's Ellis again. His second grab.
With the 0-7 Queen City Corsairs.
They run that play action a lot of times, Rick, and every time it seems to come up gangbuster.
Yes, they're getting the artillery defense to bite on that ball fake.
This is split flip pro. Line up as Matthews catches the ball, breaks a tackle, but gets lit up like a Christmas tree at the 38-yard line by Albert Begin.
And the fears of the Alamo City Nation are starting to become reality as they see the Corsairs cross over into the plus side of the field in a tie ball game in the second half. Wake up the children.
Call your friends, call your neighbors, tell them what's going on. It's Matthew Jr. Now it's 7 catches for 74 yards with a long of 18. John Lakeman's thrown the ball 41 times. Now make it 42. It's complete to Doug Spelling for a first down. And Mr. Spelling, his 4th grab, he's up to 82 yards. Look at the average yards per reception.
Yes.
20.5 for Mr. Spelling.
Even Denver, the service dog, can't believe it.
There's the catch out of the backfield.
Brings up 2nd and 4, and part, I think, of the explanation for Queen City's success here in clawing their way back into tying the game is they've managed to largely stay on schedule relative to down and distance, Colin, and that just helps you have more, gives you more options. It helps you have more effective offense. It's a little bit of the flywheel concept.
Here's the throw out to Matthew Jr. Steps out of bounds at the 15. Ooh, things are getting really interesting.
You know what else is interesting? This is the part of the game where we like to ask the question, what the heck's going on with the Rick meter? And the Rick meter is coming in with back to neutral. Queen City has done it, outperformed Alamo City, and clawed their way back into a tie game and pulled the Rick meter into neutral. It's anybody's ball game, folks.
Here's the pass. Powell out of bounds.
2nd and 6 here with 2:02 to go in the third quarter. Tie ball game. For those of you just joining us, Alamo City at 500, favored by 10.5. But Queen City, after falling behind early, managed to stay in contact and has now in the second half pulled it into a tie game, and they're on the doorstep.
Lakeman fires out to Jet Zero, tried to make a move, but knocked back to the 11. It'll be 3rd and 6 coming up for the Corsairs. They're 4 of 9, and boy, do they need this one if they really want to make things interesting. If they really want to make the visitors sweat.
Well, they, of course, are in field goal range, but they'd like to put 6 on the board here with this play right now, and they've got 4 wide.
Lakeman back to throw to the end zone, knocked away.
Nearly did the one thing they couldn't afford, which would be a turnover, but it does fall to the turf, bringing up 4th and 6.
It'll be a field goal attempt.
And as field goal kickers go, how's Queen City's, Colin?
He's already made a couple of kicks today as Garfield, the rookie, but this to give him the lead with just a little over a minute left to go in the quarter for the first time, I think maybe.
In the game, yeah.
In the game.
This would be the first lead of the game.
Kick is good from 27, they'll call it, and it's now 23-20 with 1:07 to go in the third quarter.
It's good. Sorry. Yes. And, this just in, the Rick meter with yet another updated reading is now leaning Queen City, Michael Irvine. Leaning Queen City. Michael Irvine called it earlier in the game in the first quarter. Nobody believed him, but here we are.
Return by Horonic up the middle. Tries to break one tackle, but can't. Gets tackled at the 26.
Hey, don't leave the broadcast without joining our Discord server. There's so much more to do in the SFL than just being a player. Join to check out content for teams and about the league created by the community, participate in pick'em games, play SFL fantasy football, and test your skills in the survivor pool. To join our server, visit simulationfl.net and click on the Discord icon in the menu. The SFL community 2,000 strong. We'll see you there.
Ace Finnick fires over the middle. Soto in the reception to the 42. And Greg Gaines, that's his 7th tackle. He has 2 interceptions, and a big reason why his team has a 3-point lead at the moment.
Exactly. Just a nice little catch in the breadbasket. So now Alamo City is going to have to go back to basics. Talk about down and distance, possessing the ball. All of those good things. Ball security. Being good with your assignments. Because they cannot afford a mistake here.
He fires out. They complete to Soto again for only 3 this time, however. And for the first time this evening, let's send it to Cameron Irvine for a game break.
Thanks, Colin. Fort Worth up 21-14 at the half, but they've exploded in the second half. This Stephen Hacker's 4th touchdown of the day as he breaks through a tackle. Fort Worth leads Mexico City 42-14 in the fourth on Next Level Sports. Back to Alamo City and Queen City for the fourth.
Wow. That's pretty surprising. We'll shake up things in the South the major way. And in the third quarter, folks, put your 4s, 86s, and 12s up in the chat as we look to decide a winner. Corsairs up by 3, 23-20.
APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. One of the great sponsors of the league.
Throw over the middle, and that's a rare sight, but much needed for the artillery. They convert on third down, only their second. of the entire ball game, and this pass to Anchor Troll.
Wow. And both teams stepping up their games as they realize there's less than 1 quarter to go. I won't say 1 quarter to go for all the marbles, and Alamo City is behind the 8 ball, but they're on the plus side of the field.
Throw out to Soto, gets the feet in bounds, but only picks up 3.
They're going to give it to him. You know, we haven't, I don't want to jinx it, but we haven't had any penalties or challenges yet, Colin. A really clean game. What are the odds?
Yeah, very clean.
How many times have we got this deep in a game and been this clean?
Gunny's excited for that 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, one of the few, a rare sighting of a Alamo City Artillery 3rd down conversion. Apparently hasn't had too much cabbage and corned beef.
Soto again on the reception, picks up 4. It'll be 3rd and 3. It's much shorter 3rd down. They're 2 of 12. 1 of 4 this half, 1 of 8 in the first half.
Yeah, you know, I always got along with my gunnery sergeants, and well, except for the one I had in France in the Great War, but yeah.
Happy Jones stops Brad Jones, and it looks like we're going to get a field goal attempt here on 4th and 4 from Matt Finnick to possibly tie this ball game.
And the SFL Gunny is no different. Glad to see in the chat. And we've got a 49-yarder.
Leap. Yeah, it looks about that way.
I just wanted you to confirm.
Snap, smart kick is on the way. Good. Woo. And we are tied at 23 apiece. Rick, let's look over some shocking numbers in the 3rd quarter.
Please, dígame.
Queen City had 77 yards of total up.
In the quarter?
In the quarter.
Okay.
Alamo City had only 44. Okay. So far this quarter, the 4th quarter, they have 22.
Who had 22?
Alamo City.
Alamo. I almost said something funny. All right. Well, here we go. Tied again. 9 minutes, 24 seconds to rule them all.
Matt Finnick kicks off to Tony Zoma. Zoma cannot break out of the act this time as he gets tackled at the Queen City 26. And I'll say it once again, folks, you better buckle up because this is going to be a wild ride.
Right in. We've seen the Queen City offense with a little extra jump in their step. Access another gear here in the 2nd half. Let's see if they break out anything spatial.
3-step drop over the middle. Catch made by Doug Spelling as he marches closer to 100 yards. That's his 5th grab.
Rick Meter is reaffirming their lean Queen City, even though Alamo City has tied it again. Taking pride in that first down by Queen City is this Rick Meter at this point.
They'll play for its glory.
Part of the delusion of the Rick Meter is they believe the whole league was organized for its glory, to curry favor and win positive kudos from the Rick Meter. And here's a solid run.
Jet Zero, only his 3rd carry, but it's his best run by 4. Picks up about 11.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody's excited.
Somebody's excited indeed.
Denver, the service dog. A 1st and 10 to 48 brought to Jet Zero, and Zero will lose the yard. Jay Mart on the tackle. Back to the Alamo City 49 as we approach under 8 minutes and counting to go. 1st and 10 at the 49 of Alamo City. 4 wide receivers. Offset single back to the right-hand side is Zero. He goes out in the pattern. Lakeman fires.
Ooh, dangerous throw, Colin.
Looking for Ellis, but it's incomplete. Sets up a 3rd and 11. And all of a sudden, a team that's been so efficient the entire game mostly.
You're talking about Queen City being efficient?
Queen City being efficient.
I think they've been I'll challenge you on that. They've been efficient in the second half, maybe starting in late in the second quarter. But yes, surprising to see them have 3rd and long here at midfield late in the game.
Lakeman to the corner, jumping incomplete. Ranker Law able to force the incompletion.
Man, I thought that was going to be complete. How about you guys? Show of hands? Yeah, over there. Yeah, you. Wow. Well, good on Alamo City as their defense rises up and stops what's been a pretty effective, as you said, Queen City offense here. Todd Rigsby, what's going on? We're watching an SFL contest here in Buffalo.
And your Corsairs have been giving the visitors from San Antonio quite a fight.
They were down early, falling behind 10-0 and then 13-3. And they opened the second half, did the Corsairs, with a return of the opening kickoff in the third quarter for a touchdown, followed that up with a field goal, and we're tied at 20. Now they've traded field goals, and we're tied at 23. The Rick meter is leaning Queen City, but Alamo City is trying to change that.
Brad Jones, first carry he's had in a while, that's gone for more than 1 to 2 yards, picks up 9.
Good running and good ball security. Did you notice, boys and girls, when he started running into some traffic, put both hands on the ball? It's those little things that separate the really great players from the good players. Pay attention to the details.
The throw over the middle. And that's Garrison Blue, only his 3rd catch, but it's good for a first down to the 32. Or second catch, rather.
First, second, third catch. Third. Why am I getting the sinister fish shake again?
I'm not doing anything. Folks, he's just mentally picturing it.
He knows. You think I deserve it?
A spin down the field to Greg Soto on the post. First down to Corsair, 47.
You can make a case that they haven't utilized Soto as much as they could. But right there, they take advantage of it with the deep post. Right delivered expertly in between 2 defenders. On time and on target, Colin. That's what Gunny teaches his charges. You got to deliver the ordinance on time and on target.
Trips to the bottom, 1st and 10. Ball marked at the 40, just short of the 45. Here's the throw. Double coverage. Incomplete. Greg Soto, the intended receiver.
Tantalizingly close for the Corsairs there. Just off the fingertips of the defender. I didn't catch the number on that column. On that person. On the contestant. For the footballers from Queen City.
Trips to the top, 4 wide, 2nd and 10. Ace going.
There we go.
Full extension caught at the 22. Nobody was running with Deuce Finnick, and he took full advantage and dove for the football before being touched down at the 22.
It's almost like Alamo City, the artillery, are saying, gosh dang it, we got to close this. We got to grab the lead and close this one out. So they've uncorked 2 long chunk plays.
Well, his 2nd catch for Deuce, but he's been thrown his way 8 times. Back to throw.
Ooh!
Sack time. Down he goes.
Not back to throw and no throwing, only sacking.
Joseph Saboka brings him down. As we get go. No, we won't get a replay. Darn it. I was hoping we would. I'm going to get those boys talking to. loss of 5 back to the 27.
The bad news for Queen City is that the artillery are already in field goal position, and now they're even in better field goal position. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the 17 as we...
Queen City playing for a turnover or a stop here on 3rd down. Want to hold them to a field goal.
As we wind under 5 minutes to go.
As Queen City comes out with maybe an extra tight end. No, a slot receiver. 2 wide.
3 wide in total.
4 wide. They send 4 into the pattern.
Throw is caught. Out of bounds. It'll be 1st and goal at the 6 clock stop at 4:32. It's Greg Soto once again showing you why he is the man.
Speaking of details, Fennec looks to the side with the 2 receivers, the wide, the slot, and the tight end in the pattern the whole time. At the last second, turns over to the right side of the formation, finds Soto all alone. I believe that was always the intended target, but looks off the defense of Soto expertly. That are there again.
Throw to the end zone. Garrison Flew had it, but his feet were out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and goal. Clock stopped with 4:29.
I guess I'm going to say expertly a lot here in the last few minutes of the game. Apologize for that. We're not having a bigger vocabulary, Colin.
Oh, and the artillery are throwing out the challenge flag.
Oh, and the muscle there by R62 and the sunglasses. But, Colin, it looked to me like he was clearly out of bounds with both feet. Like, just caught that out of bounds. Here we go. Another look at it.
Wide open.
1, 2.
Oh, yeah, he's out
way out of bounds.
I don't know what Coach Soto's seeing there.
Well, maybe he didn't think, got a challenge flag. I'll give it a shot.
They'll lose a timeout.
Yeah, that could be a valuable timeout in a tie game too, Colin. I'm gonna agree with you. That's it's a confusing play there by the head coach.
It'll be 2nd and goal from the 6.
They overload the right side of the formation. The defense follows them. Look to see what might happen on the left side.
Usually the fullback in front of Jones who catches the ball and he gets into the end zone.
I told you.
It's now 29-23 as Brad Jones finds his way in the end zone, this time through the air.
The play was likely to go to the left side the whole time. And some mistake there possibly by someone in Queen City. Could have shifted over there or at least accounted for that side of the formation. And good play by Alamo and the artillery there. The chess match on the goal line produces dividends for them.
Extra point is up and good. It's now 30-23. 4:25 to go in the game. Over under 51.5.
Liking the game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Thank you for helping the SFL reach 10 years of operation through your viewership.
Return by Tony Zoma goes up the middle to the 23, and the Corsairs find themselves trailing once again.
Well, if you're Queen City, you got a lot of confidence built over the course of the game, and I expect them to have a really creative and effective drive here. And if you're Alamo, like, hey, we got the lead. We've stopped these guys before.
Lakeman fires. Catch made. Matthew Jr. down at the 39. As we now wind under 4 minutes to go, John Lakeman continues to deal aces.
Wow, just gets fronts in, if you will, if you're a basketball or soccer fan. And Lakeman delivers it.
Corsairs line up 1st and 10.
Look at how tight the artillery are to the line with their LBs. They drop them, though.
Lakeman over the middle, tipped and incomplete. Tip made by Rob Foraker.
Yeah, more.
2nd and 10.
More back and forth, more chess game, showing pressure, dropping into coverage. They understood that, or they guessed that the Corsairs, Colin, wanted to just have a 9 to 12 yard kind of a play. And they sink back to that line to gain and bust it up. Well, they send an extra attacker. Sorry.
Fires out to Bovine, only gets 1. Sets up 3rd and 9. And
Bovine not really able to do much there. And now, Colin, as you're taking a breath, 3rd and long late in the game, they may not get the ball back if they can't achieve the first down here and have to punt.
Let the play clock wind down a little bit.
Oh, no.
Not the right call. It'll be short of the sticks by about 3 yards.
Oh, my. Queen City faithful actively pulling their hair out with that one.
They're going to go for it.
Yeah, I think you probably have to here. I don't know. You're right on the edge as to whether or not you could get the ball back, and that's with playing expert defense.
Lakeman over the middle. First down made. James Matthew Jr. tackled down at the Alamo City 40.
Yeah, they go full Kenny Rogers gambler. And they throw deep, Colin. Nicely done. Let's see what he's looking at. Wow. That was tight. I was having a bit of a moment there on the replay, and I knew how it was going to turn out. Can't believe that happened.
Bunch to the bottom. Single man to the top. 0 to single back. Lakeman. Gets a 0. Only gets 2.
Maybe trying to cross them up here. And they do have time, but it brings up 2nd and long.
Tackle made by Mickey McGuire.
He's so fine. He's so fine. Blows my mind. Hey, Mickey.
Now they line up in the Twins weak eye. Strong eye formation. Bovine gets the call.
Wow. Interesting. Maybe they're going to get him to bite on play action here on 3rd and 5. Fiver.
Only his 2nd carry. Gains a couple of yards.
This is kind of the ball game right here. I mean, they'll go for it on 4th down again, but so it's kind of not the ball game. It is.
The 2-minute warning. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube.
My. Is it time to rebuckle up, Colin?
Maybe it's time to cinch your
lap belt.
Cinch your lap belt a little bit tighter.
We're expecting some turbulence here. Ask that you stay in your seats. Return from the lavatory.
John Lakeman over the middle. Tony Zoma dropped the ball. He could have had a first down, but instead he comes up with nothing.
I don't know if we'll get another look at that, but I do believe he was encouraged to drop the ball by the defense, as there were a lot of artillery mates around.
Now they line up with 4 wide trips. First time we've seen this today.
Here's your special.
Throw down the field. It's going to be intercepted.
Oh, wow.
Lakeman went for the bundle, the spelling, but instead Regalon comes up with his 2nd interception.
Boy, great play by Alamo City. And I did like what the Corsairs were trying to do there, Colin. If you noticed, it was just a 3-step drop and a quick get the ball out of Lakeman's hands. Unfortunately, didn't get enough on it as he had his man behind the defense. But he throws it short, right into the waiting arms of the Alamo City Artillery. We'll get a timeout fest going here.
They're going to throw.
Wow. Stay in bounds.
Jones. He got out of bounds.
He gives a timeout to Queen City. And there's a QB comparison. Actually, fairly close.
Lakeman's outthrown Fennec. 351 to 305.
I don't know why I'm surprised. It's been a tight game the whole second half. Fox Highwind in the chat exhorting the team.
They still need a first down. As
There's the
Jones
running
gets the
play.
carry, gets the first down, and here come the timeouts. First of 3.
First of 3. Exactly.
Look at this play by Jones. So Nunzi, the fullback, gets the block on Rigsby. But he's actually spun off of Rigsby.
Yeah, nice. Nice. Well, the Rick Meter staff is now running into the booth in a panicked manner as they are now predicting an Alamo City win. An Alamo City win after having been Lean Queen City for quite a bit of the second half. Rick Meter rarely gets kind of shown up, but potentially that's going to happen here as they try and save their bacon and call Alamo City late. And here's the next timeout by Queen City Corsairs, Colin.
1:39 left, so they can only stop it once on the second down.
Also, we had seen the QB comparison. QBRs is pretty even too. Fennec with 77 and 6/10, and Lakeman at 70 and 4/10. As you would expect in a tight ball game.
Jones stopped at the line of scrimmage. The Corsairs burn their final timeout with 1:36. It's a 3rd and 5, and Rick, this is going to be for all the marbles.
That's right. Corsairs get a stop here. There's going to be some life. That old Queen City Magic bucket. Oh, look at this formation. Have we seen this one yet? With everybody with a hand in the dirt.
And Jones first down, he got it.
And they're all business there, the Alamo City Artillery, as they now will have salted this away. That was a great formation. The only person not with a hand in the dirt was the quarterback and the lone wideout to the right side of the field for the Artillery.
Looks like they will move to 5 and 4 on the year. Queen City have another close one, but unfortunately for them, they moved 0 and 8.
They acquitted themselves very well in this game. Impressed with Queen City and their grit and determination. Also, you know what's impressive to me? A little haberdashery note. The uniform designers for the Alamo City Artillery, sort of echoing the LSU Tigers home whites there, if you will.
Oh.
Solid scheme for them.
And Queen City, they're now have lost 8 games on the year. They've only lost 8 games once, and that's when they went 4 and 8. This is a team that's been around the SFL from day one.
Yes.
But Queen City, they've acquitted themselves well here, following a couple of disparaging double-digit losses. The final score is Alamo City 30, Queen City 23. The Artillery remain competitive in the SFL Southern Division. Rick Northup, thoughts?
Yes, well, congratulations, Alamo City Artillery, moving one game above 500. And the Queen City Corsairs threw everything they had at them. And they withstood the punches and came back to prevail here in the end. So we've been involved, Colin, with calling games and even with some teams that have been behind the 8 ball in the win-loss column. So very empathetic to the plight of Queen City, but I think they've got some pieces they can work with, and the second half was really good for them. And let's not forget that special teams return of the opening second half opening kickoff for a touchdown.
Right, that was huge. It gave Queen City a boost. Doug Spelling is the leading receiver for the Corsairs.
What are some of your thoughts, Colin, on successful affair tonight?
Well, I think the Corsairs are close. It's just unfortunate luck of the draw. They had a couple things that didn't bounce their way. I thought the defense played really well, but in the end, I think they ran the ball only a combined 6 times between the two guys, including 4 carries for Jet 0. They had 14 receptions, which is good, but only 4 carries.
Yeah, you could say, Queen City's defense, early on gave up too much, but they did claw back, and then it was just a slugfest in the second half, and there's your player of the game.
Brad Jones, 120 yards on the ground, 31 receiving yards, and a receiving touchdown for his troubles. He's your player of the game thanks to Greg Soto and Chris Porter. Our statisticians, Cameron Irvine, our executive producer, Colin Nordo, Rick Northup.
Yo.
Have a good night.